We're here with Willy Iclicki, Chairman of FIDE's History Board. We have an exhibition up here in Toronto. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, the exhibitions will show to the people how FIDE qualified players to the final of the World Chess Championship. This exhibition is made specially because FIDE is celebrating this year the 100th anniversary. Just for some who doesn't know, FIDE was created 1924 in Paris, and at that time, world champion were deciding who's going to play against them. If they could bring the money, so they could pay. If they could not bring money, they could not pay. So when Alekhine died in 1946, one of the goals of FIDE was to create a democratic system to elect the world champion. So we had in 1948 the World Championship tournaments where Botvinnik won against 5 other players. And FIDE decided from 1950 until those days, today, to create a system of qualifications coming from a single country and then going for a zonal, then interzonal, and finally to candidates. So we had about, so far, 11 tournaments in the world. Of course, it was more or less always dominated, at least the last century, by the Soviet players. Each tournament had his own history. Petrosian was one of the top Soviet players at that time. And he won this tournament in 1963. And you can see also the young Fischer was playing against him on the poster. But at the time, you had 80% of Soviet players against Fischer. And Fischer was complaining after the tournament that he didn't win. He was complaining that the Soviet between themselves was drawing the games, and he had to fight hours and hours against those Soviets, losing a lot of energy, and this is the reason why he lost. So from 1963, FIDE decided to stop candidate tournaments, go to individual match to find a challenger for the champion. And only in 2013, a bit later, Magnus Carlsen won the first of the new, let's say, cycle of classical champion.
So we skipped from 1962 to all the way to 2013.
There were only matches between. Matches means 2 players. So, of course, there's less between bracket cheating possibility that you cannot, let's say, agree, draw with your friends. Then you have to fight all the games. And Fischer, for instance, he made fantastic score to qualify to play Spassky 1972.
These posters, they give you all the information about each candidate. I see we've got some background pictures. Is this Tal and Fischer playing in their hotel room together? We've got...
Actually, there was Michael Tal, you can see on the picture there. There was Michael Tal. He had some weakness in the kidney. His health all his life, that means when he was over 40, was, let's say, not very stable. And during the tournament, he had to withdraw. And Fischer was very friendly to him. And he went to the hospital to visit him. And he brought a small chess set. Fischer had very good relation, for instance, with Tal, not so good with the other Soviet players.
And this is one of many things that FIDE is doing for the 100th celebration. You have something special with you as well that is memorabilia for the centenary, right?
Yeah, this is for the 100th anniversary. We have created a medal, as you can see here. We're going to have about 15 celebrations around the world. Here today you had one in Toronto, but we had already 2, one in India, one in Switzerland, and that will continue with Morocco, with Colombia, with Argentina, with Quebec, with Paris, July 20, 100 years after we have born in Paris, we're going to have a celebration there. We're going to also to have a major celebration in Budapest when we will have 200 teams playing the Olympiad. Yeah, there's some very exciting event. And on the back of the medal, if you can see also, you have all the signature of the 8 presidents. In FIDE, you had 8 presidents for the last 100 years. And there will be many activities, exhibitions, special tournaments, special live games. We had special stamp produced by Switzerland, and many very great things. And I really invite everyone to share anniversary. There will be also special books and special everything's made for all the chess players to remember FIDE and also remember the history of FIDE, which is their history, because, as you said in FIDE, we use gens una sumus, that is the motto, which means we are one family, and this is what it should be.